Okay, so next up I would like to invite to our little podium here Mike Markley. Mike is from Joliet. He's been writing for 23 years. Shows in the gray hair. Looks good on you. Mike writes fiction and the occasional essay, and also does some blogs, and has published a mafia crime novel with a very clever twist. I can't tell you. I swear to God, you're going to read it and go, oh, it's right there. But it was so wonderful when I got to it, put two and two together. And the title of the book is Necessary Death. He is nearly done with the sequel coming out soon called Necessary Blood. And tonight he's going to be reading a portion of the prologue to the new book. Mike.
Yes.
Thanks, Tom. Good evening. Washington Square Park is a beautiful refuge of nature in the midst of steel, concrete, and cone skyscrapers in the city of Chicago. The park sits just south of the Newberry Library, the very spot where the main manhole Ogden home sat. It was right in the path of the Great Chicago Fire, yet it survived and did not burn. Its pink facade and red clay roof give a very warm and welcoming feeling. A plaque adorned the entrance that heralded the importance of the historic spot. The occasional squirrel could be seen scattering about carrying the reward of its hunt. In the early morning hours, the park would be filled with the noise from the city and the splashing fountain that sat in the middle. Paige sat directly south of the library, which made her an easy target for Luther. Luther quickly learned that this was a safe spot for Paige, a place where she could forget about the night before her and try to make something of the day before her. That's why she chose this spot. The roof of the library gave Luther a view of the whole park and the surrounding areas. Since Titan was handed over to Dominic, the onslaught from board members, never-ending court rulings and investigations, and Michael's arrest made it necessary for Dominic to protect what was his. Protecting Titan would be costly, but it was a price Luther was willing to pay. When people learned that Paige was part of the criminal organization once ruled by Michael Morello, she was stripped of her bench. However, she was given assurance that she could avoid prosecution if she promised to step away quietly. Her cohorts also left her to herself, and she turned to alcohol and endless one-night stands to try and mask the hatred and bitterness that Luther knew she felt. No one would hire her. No one cared to hear her apologies. It didn't matter. Criminals whom Paige once promised would never run the city or her office were running wild. Like previous members before the court, the promise of power and wealth was too glorious to resist. Now she was an obstacle that needed to be removed. Businessmen, professionals, and students from the Moody Bible Institute, a college just a quarter mile south of the park, used this little piece of nature as a shortcut to get where they needed to be. Luther watched the human traffic for over a month. Residents from nearby condos could often be seen in the park with a cup of coffee in one hand and a leash in the other that led to a four-legged reason why they needed to be in the park. They drank and conversed with other pet owners. That human traffic also had a pattern that Luther watched and studied. Like rush hour traffic on the expressways which wrapped around the city, the park was often filled with people that would make him wait for the perfect moment to pull the trigger. Like the traffic on the road, the traffic in the park lulled, and Luther determined within himself that this lull would provide him the opportunity to take out his intended victim without anyone noticing. Revenge and takeover was about to begin. It would be bloody. Luther was in his place. The target was in its place. There was a lull. He pulled the trigger.
Godfather. That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff.